The big thing for me that when things started doing well was I sort of shifted my mindset. I need to find the crossover of what other people will find entertaining and that what I will also enjoy. I need to find the sort of the crossover points for that.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome back to Speed Talk, episode 20. I'm Zach207, as always, and joined to my right is a very, very special guest, SmallAnt. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. Just woke up, ready to chat with whatever we're going to talk about.
All right. Well, yeah, I have a lot of different topics and questions planned. Be aware, I am an Odyssey speedrunner, so there will be a lot of Odyssey
Okay.
focus. But yeah, we'll start kind of in chronological order. I think it's
Okay.
really cool how obviously you went from just a simple member of the Odyssey community to arguably the most famous speedrunner in the world now. What was kind of your introduction into the speedrunning scene, and what made you want to be so involved with the early Odyssey community and create stuff like your beginner tutorials in particular?
Um, so when I started, I was just doing some like variety streams and was kind of I got a little bored with that, and someone from my previewer chat was like jokingly said I should join the Super Mario Odyssey tournament, speedrunning tournament, and um I joined that, and I don't join tournaments to lose. So I did my very best. The game had been out for like a month, so people had been running for a month already, and there's a bunch of people in the tournament from that. So I spent like 16 hours a day practicing,
Wow.
and it ruined my hands. I got third in the tournament overall, but it ruined my hands because no one can sustain that amount of play for an extended period of time. Like my thumbs, I had repetitive strain injury. Went to the doctor. He was like, "Stop playing until they stop hurting, and then wait another 2 weeks." And so I was just sitting there. I just spent like 2 or 3 months playing Super Mario Odyssey for however many hours a day, and I just wanted to play more. So I did what I could to stay active. I tried to volunteer for a bunch of stuff, and that's really how I got started with Super Mario Odyssey, at least.
Nice. How far did you get in the tournament? I
I got
was
third.
that pretty cool? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
And did it,
the person
yeah.
that eliminated me, I think, had the world record at the time. Um, I think Valu eliminated me. I think it was
Hmm.
Valu versus Nicrovita in finals.
Okay. I remember
Hmm.
I had Grand Pooh Bear on last. I remember he was a little upset that you kicked him out, I think,
Oh yeah,
in the
I
tournament.
did. I did beat Grand Pooh Bear. Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty
in one
cool.
of the early rounds.
Yeah. So I guess the tutorials was that like was that because your hands were like kind of injured a bit and you just wanted to do
Yeah.
whatever you could?
Well, the I made a tutorial series. I just saw a bunch of people in the Discord asking the exact same questions, and
Mm,
people were getting a little bit jaded to it. Like they're just getting frustrated because they're like, God, they just ask the same questions every time.
yeah,
And so I was like, if we just make a video, we can just link them to the video, and they won't ask any more questions, and it'll be a lot more straightforward. Like it'll
makes
just
sense.
simplify things a lot.
Nice.
So
I
I opted to do that just to help out a little bit.
Cool. I know one of the things you did, I think in late 2018, it might have been 2019, was tasks. And tasks
Hmm.
they actually still exist today, which is kind of crazy.
Yo.
I'm just curious, what gave you the idea for that project? And in your opinion, what's like kind of the importance of community events like those?
Um, I mean, the tasks idea for anyone that doesn't know what it is, basically we just got like a couple of random objectives in a kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey, and you had to complete all of them as fast as possible. So you had to find a little route, complete them. It usually takes like under a minute, right? That wasn't my idea. I did the second season of that. I think
Oh yeah.
was it Grady? I think Grady was the one that
I think
started did the first season, right? Or
it might have been JKB Sunshine or
no,
something.
JK. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
JKB. Yeah, yeah. I think Grady might have like done well in them or something. But I ended up. I think I did well in the first season. I think I got like at least top 3 in the first season. Um, and then the person running it, if it was JKB, that does ring a bell. I just wanted to it was cool, and I wanted more people to experience it. So with that, I just made some nice little graphics for it, and would I reached out to like the big YouTubers at the time for Super Mario Odyssey and got them to do a task or two, which they did surprisingly, and that got like hundreds of people into it, which was cool. But I don't know, it's just nice to have the little thing at the end of every week you can compare everyone and everybody can talk about the routes and stuff, and it's nice having
Yeah.
a consistent thing that you can kind of work on
Yeah. I
and
think
talk
it's a
about every
really
week.
cool it was a really cool series, and the results videos too were pretty cool. I liked the commentary I think you did with Limcube.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. Limcu and I did like an analysis of the top couple of runs.
yeah. Didn't you
Hmm.
got you kind of partnered I think with GSA too for season 3 if I remember. I think you had like the results streamed to their channel, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. We ended up putting the results on
Yeah,
Speedrun. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I think in terms of your content, one of your videos that kind of blew up early on, I think, was when you became the first person to beat Odyssey blindfolded. Um,
yeah.
what was that journey kind of like, and what made you want to do it, and how awesome, I guess, was it when you finally completed it?
Mm, at that point, I was just doing like that was like my second sub goal ever. Where I think for like 20 subs or something, I would I do minimum captures in Super Mario Odyssey, and then I think for like 40, I said I beat the whole game blindfolded or some number that was under 100 subs. Um, and I've reached that point, and with that, it was a week or two of like the hour or two a day that I would play Super Mario Odyssey. I wasn't playing super long at that point because my hands were still recovering a little bit, but I was getting back into it. It's kind of just an hour or two a day going through each kingdom, trying to figure out easy moons to collect and different setups for them. So like, if I warp to the checkpoint, dive 7 times, and then hold to the right, hit a ledge, um, like slide along the ledge until it stops. Just figuring out setups like that for every moon. It was I think just 2 weeks. I did a run, failed the run because I got stuck. I did like a 12-hour stream or 16-hour stream, and I got stuck in the last room of escape.
Yeah, I remember that.
Uh, yeah, and I just had to call it because I was starting to get like I don't know what it was, but I was starting to feel sick just after 16 hours.
And I mean, you're
Um,
blindfolded too, so I can't imagine that feeling.
yeah, there's no point of reference. Just uh, it was rough. So then I practiced the ending again and did it a second time, maybe a week later. Gave myself like a refresher on a lot of the stuff that I struggled with. Um, yeah, it was just 2 weeks of like an hour or two a day figuring out the routes. It was not an optimal run at all. I know someone else has done it a lot faster. Was it Katoon that did it faster?
I don't
That's
know.
done it since. I think Katoon might have the crushed it because it took me like 12 hours plus. But Yeah, it was Katoon. Did it in 5 hours.
Oh, nice. That's
Katoon
really good.
24.
Oh,
Yeah, he, he
that's
he crushed it. So that helped a lot. And he didn't even use assist mode,
oh wow.
but that was a year ago. So
Hmm. I know. Yeah, I think about a year ago, Tyrone also had some interest in Blindfolded. I think he wanted to speedrun it, but I think he only got finished with Cap through Sand. But I think he did
yeah,
that. He did like Cap through Sand in like less than 20 minutes, which is pretty
that's
impressive. So
crazy. It's really
yeah,
good.
it's cool to see that you kind of started the pathway of Blindfolded. It'd be interesting to see more activity in that in the future, because it's really cool.
Hmm.
Uh, Obviously, Odyssey is no longer, I guess, the only game that you play or even the focus of your channel. What kind of
Yeah.
in the beginning led you to making the decision to branch from exclusively Odyssey content, and were you nervous about it?
Um, I mean, once I saw things start to take off a little bit, like after the blindfolded run, it definitely started picking up some steam. There was a couple of YouTubers that I'd watched growing up that had exclusively played one game, and I remember after like a couple of years, every single one of them posted a video being like, "I hate this game now because I'm forced to play it every day, and that's all I can play, and no one watches anything else." So from the start, I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have to be stuck playing a single game for the rest of my life, and depend on its relevancy. So I don't know. From the start, I would just play other games, and even if they did poorly, I would still upload them if I thought it was a good video. So like I ended up um I put some Pokemon in there occasionally. I would get some Zelda a little bit, and it eventually um they did pretty poorly at first until one or two of the videos started to take off, and then I was able to sort of play those once I had built an audience for that as well.
Okay. Do you think there's like a what do you think there was like a specific kind of way to go about making other game videos without like alienating your audience that's more just interested in Odyssey, or do you think it just kind of comes with time that you start to find the same level
Um,
of success?
I mean, with those ones, I specifically I would, if I was ever doing a new video, a new game, I would always sandwich it with stuff that people I knew the audience would like. So if you look at my sort of early YouTube, if you scroll through it, you can see that basically every time I upload a new game on the channel, it's sandwiched by two Mario Odyssey videos.
Okay,
Like before it and after it is a Mario Odyssey upload. And so just to make sure that sort of the people that are watching me still know that I'm not done with Odyssey at all. And it was like I would try to upload like a pretty soon after. Um, I would try to upload like the Pokemon video, and then 2 days later or something, it would be Mario Odyssey. It wouldn't be very long after. So
makes sense.
yeah.
All right, well, when it comes to the like other games, what are some of like the most successful ones outside of Odyssey for you, and what ones do you most enjoy?
The core ones, right, that I feel like are on my channel that always do pretty well is I have four that I can think of. It's Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, and Minecraft are the four that do consistently well for me. That like if I needed to make a video, it's usually one of those. If I'm struggling to think of like a new game to play, I can go back to the good bread and butter that I enjoy, and there's enough variety there that I don't get sick of it. Like if the charm of one starts to wear out, I can just play another one until it comes back.
Nice. What's
Mhm.
like of those four, what do you think does the best? Is it still Odyssey, or at this point
It's
it's something
Pokemon.
else? Pokemon, yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
Pokemon by far. Pokemon has picked up a lot, so every video Pokemon. Whenever I would when I had like a YouTube partner rep that I would talk to, he'd be like, "You got to upload more Pokemon videos. Those ones do numbers." I don't want to play it too much that I get sick of it, so I try to meter it out a little bit.
Makes sense. When it comes to like speedrunning other games or new games, how do you kind of mentally approach learning new speedruns? Because I think, as far as I'm aware, Odyssey was like the first game you kind of speedran.
Yeah, Odyssey was the first one I speedrun.
So, like, I know, for example, Breath of the Wild 100%, I know you learned pretty fast. Same with, could be said with Donkey Kong Bonanza, which just came out a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's something I've always kind of struggled with whenever I try to learn a new speed game outside of Odyssey, because it's just so much stuff that you have to learn. It seems kind of daunting. So, I'm curious what your approach to that is kind of like.
For learning a new run, I mean, generally, like with Donkey Kong Bonanza, the way I did that one was I at the time I watched the world record. I tried to follow along. Anything that I couldn't do, I would modify it to make it like a little easier, or not do it at all and figure out a way to not do it. Like any certain jumps that I couldn't do, just play around that. Sort of learn the bare minimum to finish a run, and then just do a run. And I found within 2 or 3 runs, you have a pretty solid idea of where to go each time. Like I know with Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think by my 3rd run, I wasn't getting lost anymore. Like I didn't have to check the world record video to see where to go next. Because I know I did get lost in the first run or two, but it's really just learning the bare minimum by following along, sort of running through it level by level, and just maybe doing it once or twice to get an idea of what I'm doing, at least, just to get something down so you can actually complete a run.
Nice. How's Donkey Kong Bonanza been? What's your? I think you have a pretty good PB. I'm pretty sure. What's it at right now?
Yeah. Well, I was top 10, but over the weekend a 3-minute time save was found.
Oh yeah.
So I'm down
That's
at
right.
19th now, but we'll see if I can get back to top 10 today. If I can get the time save.
Have you?
But I don't know, it's fun. It's I don't know, the movement's very cool. I like it. It's a very execution heavy speedrun. There's a good balance of cutscenes. Like I feel like in speedruns, a lot of people don't like cutscenes, but the game is really hard on your hands, and so the amount of sort of short breaks in the run are good. It's overall pretty good. It's a little long. I think the ideal speedrun is like 30 minutes.
Really?
But yeah. So a little over an hour is a little long, but I enjoy it. It's good.
It seems kind of similar to Odyssey with the cutscene kind of length or
Yeah,
percentage that they're on.
it is built very similar to Super Mario Odyssey for sure. I mean, the only difference is that you don't need to get bananas, where in Odyssey you need to get the moons.
Yeah.
Other than that, it feels like a very similar game, gameplay wise.
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the episode so far. I have lots of cool content coming up between Mario Odyssey stuff and more speed talk with Summoning Salt and other big names. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And with that being said, enjoy the rest of the episode. One part when it comes to Odyssey, that's been a big part of your content the last few years, is the incredible modding scene for the game. How have these mods played a role in your content, particularly the hide and seek mod, and what's kind of the process to getting into that mod and recruiting people to the crew, I guess, and stuff like that?
Getting into it. So the way that started was there was one stream where I was getting the game modded to beat it as quickly as possible. So I started with the infinite cap jump mod that someone had made. Tried that, wasn't really that fast with it. Surprisingly, infinite cap jumps don't save that much time in Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I've tried that before.
Then I got someone else to like remove moon requirements eventually. Like we willed it down to just, okay, I don't need moon requirements. I just hit the Odyssey every time and go to the next kingdom. But I think either during that stream or a stream after, I was saying, man, I want to do a Super Mario Odyssey but the floor is lava challenge. But if I don't actually make the floor lava, like the YouTube comments will be arguing the whole video of whether or not the floor was lava there. Like, oh, you touched the floor here and there. So I was like, if someone could make the floor lava, then that would be super useful. And then Crafty Boss was in my chat, and he's like, I could do that. And he didn't tell me this until later, but he then spent like the next like 20 hours straight doing it to have it done like the next
Wow.
day or something. Yeah. And he just like finished it just barely in time for the next stream. And or over like a weekend or something. He just spent so much time on it. And then after that one, it went super well. The Floor is Lava is one of the better performing Mario videos on my channel, I think. After that, I would just ask for random challenges. Like, can you here, let me scroll through and double check what the challenges were. I can just go through it in the order that I did them. It's super useful. Yeah, like the next one was like, can you make random loading zones? Can you make it so like my game can interact with someone else's game, but like modify the coin count so not directly visible? And can you make it so the gravity changes? Can you make it so just random things like that? But after every time that I did one of those, I would ask Crafty Boss, I was like, man, is multiplayer a thing? And he was like, yeah, in like 5 years maybe. But after a bunch of the mods were made, he ended up out of nowhere one day just being like, yeah, it turns out if you take this aspect from this mod that I made, this aspect of this mod that I made, this part from this one, and he just listed every mod that he had ever made for me, and you like put them together like this, you could functionally make multiplayer work, and then it just worked. He had made multiplayer. I think the big thing that made it happen was there's some leftover stuff in Super Mario Odyssey from what's the 3D World? Is that the previous Mario game?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there's some leftover stuff from 3D World from like in-game multiplayer,
Wow, really?
like the everyone plays on one screen multiplayer. There's
Yeah.
some stuff left over from that just happened to be still in Super Mario Odyssey that was sort of the final thing that he needed, and he realized he could use that, I think.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. And
Mhm.
so how's that like? How much did? Because obviously, I think CJ and Grand Pooh Bear Hide and Seek definitely like blew up on their channels. Was that the same for you, or was it like smaller since you were already a lot bigger?
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
they all did very well. Like if I scroll through my channel, they're videos that consistently do better numbers than than the stuff around it. So you know, the hide and seek content was very much is very successful. People, it's like the perfect content because you can sort of hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
It's fun to play. It's fun to watch. It's a win-win. There's no downside to it aside from Nintendo
Yeah. It's crazy that
kind of hovering over you.
yeah. It's crazy that it's still like so successful today because I still see like so many of you guys like still making the hide and seek videos. Like it's been almost like 4 years I think since those started, and they're still like kind of doing
Yeah,
really good on YouTube. It's pretty cool to see. Crafty killed it with
yeah,
the
it
mod.
is. Yeah, it's great. It's just endless content. It's very fun.
Yeah. Um, by this point, you've made so much different types of content on so many different
Hmm.
games. How do you kind of differentiate yourself from other bigger YouTubers, and how did you kind of learn to do so over the last 5 years when you were smaller?
Um, I don't really know if I differentiated. I play games the way I play them and do stuff that sort of is able to interest me. Uh, it's I feel like at first when I was doing when I was doing content, I would see someone else doing a challenge, and I would be like, I want to try that, and I would end up doing it. Like a lot of my first challenges, it was just like I would see someone else do it, and I wanted to try it, and I had to make a video on it. So, like with Super Mario Odyssey minimum captures, which is what I did a lot, sort of 7 years ago. Sorry, I'm scrolling through my channel.
Wow.
Which is what I did a lot of 7 years or 6 years ago. Um, uh, that one I saw like Fearsome Fire doing. The other sort of challenge runs, it was just a lot of the Mario Odyssey YouTubers were trying those runs, and I wanted to do that. Um, Pokemon video was one of them was Pokemon without EXP. I saw a different 360 Chrism do that 5 years ago and wanted to try it. So that type of stuff. I don't know. I just eventually, after sort of rehashing ideas that other people had done, I I started to get an idea of like new things that I could do,
That makes sense.
and so started experimenting a little bit with new stuff. Yeah, it was mostly just over time. I feel like I got an idea of different things that I would like to do that people hadn't done yet, just because you spend enough time thinking about it, and I mean, you start to come up with stuff eventually.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy,
Hmm.
kind of the switch then, because back then obviously you were inspired by like all these other YouTubers, and now I feel like a lot of new YouTubers kind of grab their inspiration from whatever ideas you come up with. So it's kind of
Yeah,
cool to see how the tables have turned.
yeah,
Um,
no, it's cool, and yeah, and that's the other thing is like if someone just yoinks one of my ideas, I don't do it. That's how I got started.
yeah.
That's what I
Um,
did. That's how you learn is by copying other people at first.
yeah. Do you ever get like burnt out from speedrunning or streaming? And if so, how do you kind of deal with the mental burnout behind it
Um,
all, I guess?
I mean, I don't really feel burnout from streaming. I mean, if I don't want to stream, I don't stream. But I've been streaming like 5 days a week for the last I don't know how many months or years at this point without any extended breaks. Like the only breaks I have are just because like I get invited somewhere, and then when I'm there, I'm like, man, I don't want to stream.
Yeah.
But with with Burnout, like sometimes like I'll prefer one game over another, and I'll put that on the schedule a little bit more. So like right now, Super Mario Odyssey isn't as interesting just because Donkey Kong Bonanza is a big thing. So I'm
Yeah.
playing that like 3 times this week, three and a half times this week, because one of the days is multiple things. But I don't know anything that like I don't force myself to do anything that I'm not excited for.
Makes sense.
So it's nice having a roster of games that I can pick and choose from depending on my interests that week and what I'm excited for. Because I do want to make sure I'm always excited to stream.
Nice. That's cool
Hmm.
that you don't have too much burnout from it or speedrunning in general, because you kind of
Yeah.
have a variety of games to choose from. Um, well, at this point, you're, like I said earlier, you're quite arguably the most famous speedrunner in the world. Was there any point that kind of made you realize just how popular that you'd become? Have you ever been like recognized in public, or was it when like I know Ludwig invited you, or maybe you asked him to do some sort of collab with, I think Odyssey Bingo was the first one you guys did, but it might have
Yeah.
been something else. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if there was a single sort of moment. Um, I mean, the only moment that I sort of remember as being like a big shift was when I went sort of full time in content creation, but that was um like almost 6.5 years ago now.
Okay.
Um, at that point, it was like, just quitting your job to do YouTube was kind of a big thing. At that point, I was doing well, and I mean, when I started, I was like, set a goal that I was like, I'll never reach this, but it'll be nice to sort of look at it and see myself getting closer to it. Was 1 million subscribers, and I think that was like less than a year after I went full time.
When it comes to, because I mentioned Ludwig, when it comes to him, how did that kind of
Mhm.
collab, uh, did that collab like blow up your channel at all, or like did you see like an increase in subscribers, or how's like the collaborations with even bigger names than yourself kind of helped your channel?
Um, I didn't really notice any too much of a difference with collabs. Like I didn't notice any huge surges or anything. Um, I know. Well, actually, I think the things that did actually do well was um the stuff with Point Crow actually
Oh,
did
okay.
pretty well. Content with Point Crow, but at that point he was way smaller, and I think we had a very large shared audience. The reason why that did well because it was good content. I think we had a good dynamic in videos that made for good content. Um, so that was those were the collabs that sort of at first helped a lot. Um, yeah, I think by the time I sort of started collabing with bigger content creators, I think considered like a big content creator myself. So makes less of an impact because I didn't really collab with anybody until like I don't think I did a stream with someone else that was like a big content creator until I had like 1 million subscribers. I think the exception was Failboat when he came into my stream, and I think we might have done a Super Mario Odyssey challenge run together where he had half of the controller. But I guess for like big content creators, I think I didn't really collab with anybody until I had like 1 million subscribers.
Interesting.
Like that
Uh,
was a later development.
how many do you have now? Like 3.5 million, something like that?
Yeah, three something. Um,
Makes sense.
3.2 there.
Okay. When was your first kind of in-person like event that you were invited to? Because I know you said earlier you've been invited some places. Like, was that
That
a result
was
of collabs, or was that kind of just happened to
um first event that I was invited to. I think the first one might have been the Ludwig.
Fast 50
No, no.
or the before that?
Uh, Not Fast 50. It was the world's greatest gamer thing. But no,
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
that. It was GSA.
Oh, okay.
I think flew out some people in to go to uh, I
Pace.
think it was no, it was before
Second.
Pace. It
Okay.
was the thing that was before Pace. They flew some people out to have some people just play some games on stream.
Nice.
And funny now that I think about it, it was the same studio as the Ludwig event.
Really?
Yeah, just unrelated, but
That's
hmm,
interesting. This is a random topic switch, but I kind of forgot to
okay.
throw this in there.
Yeah.
The pencil sharpening video was a big
Yes.
one.
Uh-huh.
Where did you come up with that idea? Because that was a very unique idea, I feel
Um,
like.
I mean, I was early on. I was whenever I went to like GDQs or just early on talking to people. Easyscape was someone that I was that I talk to quite a lot, and he had posted a video of like meme speedruns, and that include pencil sharpening, and I just checked the leaderboard, and it just seemed stupid, but something that everyone does, and so for content, it's kind of interesting. So I ended up I did it once, didn't get close to the world record. Not it was a huge amount. It was like over 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away from the world. I think it would have been 40 minutes away from the world record. Um, but I did one, and I was like, I could probably get world record if I keep doing this, just as a a dumb world record to have.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, that one, it ended up turning into a good sort of storyline as well, because after I did one run and I posted the video, and it did okay. At the time it did all right. And then I kept going at it, and after I posted that video, the leaderboard, a bunch of people tried doing runs, and the meta evolved a little bit, and the sort of video where I got the world record was, I don't know, everything kind of just fell into place. It was a combination of, everybody knows what pencil sharpening is. You don't need any like pre-existing knowledge other than how to sharpen a pencil
Yeah.
to get into that. And then it was also just a good story, which kind of came together to the perfect storm, I guess.
Yeah. It's funny that
Mhm.
you chose pencil sharpening with like previous hand pains, deciding to do that. That looks like a very
It's
torturous one on your hands, I feel like.
okay. So the thing with my hands is it was my thumbs. It was
Oh, okay.
this part of my thumb. So pencil sharpening, it's really not. It doesn't use this at all. It's not doing this motion.
Oh, okay.
So like, I mean, pencil sharpening, it was this, which wasn't as bad at first, and then it just was this, which is just not your thumb. You
Yeah.
don't use your thumbs at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and by that point, my hands were feeling better. I had taken care of them enough that I could do an 8-hour stream without too much issue.
Makes sense. I think a big part of that video, like you said, was kind of the story of it and the storytelling. Um,
Hmm.
I'm assuming by now you have at least one editor that edits these stream highlights into videos. How
Hmm.
much do you like consult with them still? And how much do you think they prioritize like kind of the storytelling aspect into your videos?
With post commentary videos where you write a script and talk over it, with that type of video, I will um, write the script to tell some kind of a story, or at least try to, and then um, I'll add extra notes if anything is like required, or I want a certain thing to be shown or said in a certain way. If it's just like a stream highlight video, the editors that I do have do a very good job without me giving too much insight. Like quite often, with the editors that I do have, I'll send them a video. They'll send it back a couple days later, and I'll have almost no notes usually. Like I think the most recent two videos, it might have been like one note that takes 10 seconds to fix of just like a random clip that cut off like a second too early, maybe. Like they do they got a very good intuition on what does well by now.
Makes sense, yeah. With how popular it's become, and obviously I'm an Odyssey runner, so I'm curious, how closely do you still follow developments in like the tighter Odyssey community? And do you have any plans on ever returning to any percent or speedrunning it in general, or at this point with the content that you make, would that kind of probably not do as well as it once would have?
It is something that I have considered, and it'll probably happen eventually. I just need to sort of have that pull. Um, uh, that's really how I kind of operate, is follow what I'm super interested in. So right now it's Donkey Kong. I'm sure the pull will come back eventually, where it's like, I wonder if I can still PB in Super Mario Odyssey. And I think after all of this hide and seek that we've done, my movement has gotten a lot better, I think. So I think I could probably come back to it at some point, but you gotta wait. I have to wait until my brain wants to do it.
Yeah,
But I haven't followed the speedruns super closely. Occasionally, like, I'll go watch one of Tyron's new world records. But I haven't really kept up too much. But maybe once every like month or two, I'll watch the new record.
okay, makes sense. Um, Obviously, with how big you are, there's bound to be some haters and negativity. How do you kind of
Mhm.
deal mentally, I guess, with people that will give you hate or don't like you despite all you try to do for the speedrunning community?
I haven't really gotten much uh in the last couple of years, at least. When I was growing a lot, there was some, but I imagine that came from a place of jealousy or envy or something. But I haven't gotten much lately. It's
That's
I've been
good.
very lucky not to have that. It's very hard on the mental. I mean, the only thing you can really do is just like block them or mute them.
Makes sense.
So just do that and forget they exist.
Yeah,
That's really the best solution that I've found, is stop looking.
nice. That's good that you haven't experienced too much of that. I feel like most people with like over a million probably deal with that all the time. So you're definitely lucky in that aspect.
You know,
Um,
people have been overall pretty nice.
that's good. Um, I had CJ on a couple episodes ago and Grand Poober on my last episode, and both of them ended up talking for several minutes without me even like mentioning you about how incredible of a person you are, and how helpful you are to them. How does it feel that you've kind of reached the point where you've had such a massively positive impact on the people you've collaborated with, and what are some things that you might have learned from either of them or anyone else in general?
I don't know. It's it's nice, I guess. It's just a nice feeling. I'll have to check those episodes out. Uh, to know that I have made a positive impact on their lives, at least. Um, I think in general, like with the like tutorials example for Super Mario Odyssey, where like I saw a bunch of people asking questions in the Discord over and over again, and just went and, you know, took the initiative to answer those. Um, I think it was a similar thing for like any of my friends, where if they ever have any questions, I'll do my best to help them out with those. Like even with Donkey Kong Bananza, like if a bunch of people I see are struggling with a trick, I've done a couple of things where like there's no input display in the Switch 2, but I'll go and do the trick, and I'll like edit manually frame by frame an input display in, so people can see how to do tricks. I don't
That's
know.
cool.
I think it it's sort of, I don't know. It's in my nature to want to help and make things easier for other people. So I'm glad that I have made their lives easier, at least in some way.
Yeah. That's almost all the questions I have for you. So
Okay.
we'll wrap it up shortly.
Mhm.
I'm curious. These are some questions I ask everyone on every episode. With all
Okay.
the content you've made and streams you've done, what is one piece of advice you would give to aspiring streamers or content creators or speedrunners that might still be growing?
Um, the big shift for me that once things started doing well was, excuse me. The big thing for me that when things started doing well was I sort of shifted my mindset to um I need to find the crossover of what other people will find entertaining and that what I will also enjoy. I need to find the sort of the crossover points for that. Like what can I make that people have a reason to watch? I think that was one of the main ones. And then the other one sort of exercise that I did when I was growing a lot was if I ever watched a piece of content anywhere, like a YouTube video or anything else for that matter, I would ask myself why. Why did I choose that one over what was around it? Like what drew me in, and try and sort of understand why you might choose something. And that kind of helped me out a lot with figuring out like what to title videos, what to thumbnail videos, like what sort of draws people in to want to engage with your content initially. So I think those two things. You asked for one, but I gave two.
Nice. Well, I'm sure viewers will appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, my last question for the episode pretty much is just what's kind of next for SmallAnt? What are your plans for the near future, and what can viewers expect?
I mean Donkey Kong. I've been playing so much Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm doing that today. I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm doing that a lot. But I mean the big thing that I've been into lately is speedrun bingo.
Hmm.
I've been doing that for a fair bit. I was introduced in Super Mario Odyssey, but I don't know. Been doing a lot of that lately, and I think I'll probably be running some tournaments for that
Nice. That's cool.
in the coming months for sure. Because it's just fun to watch, fun to play.
What game is that?
Mhm.
What game are you running tournaments for that for? If you want to
Um,
announce that.
I don't know. Honestly, I was gonna do Super Mario Odyssey, but there's actually an existing, I think, bingo tournament going on for Super Mario Odyssey. The uh,
Might be
speed
playing
gaming.
speed gaming. That's right.
Yeah, the speed
Yep.
gaming one. So I don't want to step on their toes. So I'm probably gonna do I don't know, either Pokemon Scarlet Violet or Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think 'cause they're both very different
Yeah.
games, but they're both pretty good for bingo. So
I've heard
it'll be fun.
Bonanza's good for bingo, which is crazy that
Yes.
it's already like heavily being done only a month into the
Oh
game.
yeah,
So that's cool.
yeah. It's cool. I made the icons for the bingo the other day. It's good.
Nice. That's sick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for joining. It's kind of it blew my mind how incredibly easy you are to work with because so many people like with less than 100,000 subscribers would be so hard to like get onto this. So
Hmm.
you were just like, yeah, sure, I'll join, and it was so easy. So I just want to thank you for that.
No problem.
Because
It's just an hour. It's no big
yeah,
deal.
because
Yeah.
I'm starting college in like 10 days, and I needed to get episode 20 out before that. So
Yo.
I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but you made it really easy.
You
So
got it.
yeah, thanks so much for your
Awesome.
time. Thank you guys,
Thank
everyone, for
you.
watching. As I mentioned, I'm starting college in 10 days, so there will be a bit of a hiatus from Speed Talk for at least a few months. But yeah,
Okay.
that's it for this episode. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, there's a link to the playlist of the full series up until this point in the description below. As for the future, probably no episodes or videos in general from me for the next 4 or 5 months because I want to kind of adjust to college and stuff. And yeah, as for the people that have been here since the beginning and have watched a lot of these episodes, I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys. When I started this podcast a little over a year ago now. I genuinely expected it to get maybe 50 views an episode, just because I've watched speedrunning podcasts before and they don't typically do super well. It's not a huge demand from audiences. So to see several hundred views on many episodes, over 1,000 views on one of the most recent episodes, it's really cool to see. And yeah, I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys. Probably wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in whatever my next video is. And thanks for watching.